Hi, my name is
Yep.
Eileen Ryan. I am here today to discuss job scams with you. And it's not only breaking into your account or breaking into your identity, but there are other jobs that come across your plate and you get called on that don't quite seem right. So I'm here today with one of my clients, and he got one of those offers. And I want to talk to him about it so this way you can be alerted. We're not going to use any names, we're not going to use any company names, but I want you to be aware of exactly the type of job offers that you should not accept. So, welcome. Thank you for agreeing to do this.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so tell me about your job experience that you were contacted, you applied to the company, and then you were contacted by them. What was the interview process like?
So the first step for the interview was just a normal call. Just people just came in and just talked to me. They said they try to get to know me. So it was like the first round. The first round went by, and it was the first day was on a Monday. So we got into the call. We talked a little bit. They got to know a little bit about me. And then the next day, they emailed me like later on in the day on Monday to talk about a potential number two, second round, and that happened on Tuesday. So then once that happened, once the second round went up, they liked what they saw. I got in touch with someone. I won't say their name, but they were very kind, very great person, and I got along with them. I took it from the interview to a conversation, and
Okay.
then we went on about our ways after the second round. Then I got a text message on Wednesday that they wanted to do a third round. Not that this was like fast paced, like there, because I usually get like first round, they would take like a couple, like 2 to 3 days to contact me back and schedule another interview. And then for the second interview, it's always a little bit more. They always contact me a little bit later as well. So this was like very fast paced. It was just boom, boom, boom. And then the third round came, and honestly, they called me saying like, "Oh, congratulations! Like we love what we saw," and actually they were kind of fast pacing it. They didn't even let me talk. They're like, "We're offering you, and we want you to come in. So we need you to come in on July 31st." And I was like, and this was like my first real offer, so I was a little excited, but I still didn't accept the offer just yet. I had a
Did
couple
they
questions.
ask you for any personal information at this point?
No, they didn't. Gladly, they did
Okay.
not. So they just have all the information from my resume, so nothing else. They have my phone number, so
Okay.
that's about it. But you
So,
know,
how was the offer given to you?
so actually, they didn't even. Oh, the offer of the job. Okay, so they just said they try to sweet coat it, honestly, because they said we talked to a lot of candidates. We selected very few out of all the applications. We then selected very little on the second round. So they try to sugarcoat it, try to make me feel special, try to make me like want to accept the offer. So once it was offered, once I was there with him on the Zoom, he just goes, "So we're offering you a position, and we want you to come in." Like not even giving me the space. I thought like it was a little weird that they didn't give me like at least like a 24-hour like chance to say yes or no.
Okay, so they said we'd like you to come in. Did they discuss the salary at all?
No, actually, I had to ask one of the questions that there was. They said, "Do you have any questions for us?" And one of the questions was, "What's the base salary?" And once I heard the base salary, I was like, "What did I get myself into?" Because the base salary was $100 a week, not a day.
Okay, so let's pause right there. $100 a week.
Yeah,
That doesn't even cover lunch in some places because after taxes, so $100 a week, that's $20 a day.
Yeah.
And that's before taxes on that. That would be $400 a month.
Yep.
So $400 a month, yeah, that doesn't cover any kind of expenses. So if that's the case, then, and they didn't put anything in writing.
They didn't. I got the letter. I got proof of it. They didn't. They just said welcome. They didn't. They didn't want to put in the writing because they knew this could be used for like evidence. So they were probably a little bit more smarter about that and that end.
And that is illegal because that's lower than minimum wage. You can make more money babysitting.
Yep. Or dog sitting or anything.
And you were looking for a job in marketing.
Yeah.
And
So. Oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What
Oh.
was the job advertised as versus what was the reality?
So let me look at my little schedule. So on their job listing, it said a marketing assistant. And it went into the straight marketing side of everything, like helping create campaign marketing markets, do research. They literally put in their thing marketing research. And then once I got into the interview, it was straight up a sales. And I was like, okay, so this is not a marketing assistant role. This is more of a sales rep role.
So it was deceptive advertising. And now it's illegal. They're going to pay you $20 a day.
Yeah.
Okay. And were there bonuses, commissions on top of that?
Yeah, so that's how they try to get me more excited about it because they said, "Oh, but don't worry about the base. It's all commission. It's all you get all the commission from what we're selling." And what they were selling was a little sketchy.
Tell me about that. What were they
So,
selling?
so they would help charities or nonprofits and they would get people. So what I saw on their slide, so I remember this. I remember this from their slide. So they try to get donations from people, and for if you got a donation from someone for $40, the nonprofit would put in 70 would give you $75. So you would be making a $35 actually from what the person was donating. So that was a little sketchy to me. That was a little this doesn't feel right. Like I don't understand where a donation if it was like 50-50 between the nonprofit and the company, that would make a little bit more sense. But the nonprofit paying the people more than what they were getting donated was a little sketchy to me.
Yeah, and we've heard of these type of situations where these organizations are fundraising and most of the money is not going to the organization. I mean, we've all gotten those type of calls and we've been warned about things like this. So here it is now you're being approached to take a job for $100 a week, $20 a day, to solicit money from people in the auspice of representing a nonprofit organization. So people feel that they want to donate and make a difference in the world, make an impact in someone's life. And here it is, the money was going to go into your pocket instead of the organization's.
Yeah. Which didn't sit right. Yeah.
No, and I don't blame you. And I instructed you back away from this one. This does not sound right at all. So how did you handle it at that point?
So honestly, I never accepted the job offer. I was just smiling, just trying to fake it, trying to get off the call. Once I got off the call, I just said, okay, I had to contact them tomorrow. Once they sent me the letter, because it took them, I want to say like around 5 p.m. No, around 10 a.m. So it was from 7 p.m. That was the last time I got in contact with them till 10 a.m. the next day. They sent me the letter. That's when I was like, I emailed them back. I said, thank you for taking your time with me, giving me an opportunity to talk and connect with others or everyone in the office. But I cannot currently accept this job. I don't feel like this is the right career path for me, and not the and I literally told them. I said, I applied for a marketing assistant and not a sales rep position. So I felt like I did the right thing where I stood my ground, and it did say like I applied for something else and I got a, a position that I didn't feel I was comfortable in. So
You
I handled it.
handled it very professionally every step of the way. Okay, because look, you weren't insulting, you didn't call them out on this. You just gently backed away the way a professional would. But what happened after that?
So well, the person that I took the second round with, she got actually in contact with me and said, "Hey, can you call me back? I want to talk to you." And I was a little, maybe they try to like persuade me a little bit more. I didn't pick up. I just honestly, I think at the end of the day, I gave the professional way of saying declining a position, and then I just honestly ghosted them just because I didn't feel comfortable at that point talking to them and seeing what they wanted to say.
Yeah, and I had done some research for you as well, and literally it came up with the company's name, Scam. Okay, and that was in a Google search. Okay, so that people have been searching for that, and that's what was coming up. Also, their website, their company website, it was there. It looked nice, it looked professional, but they were very cryptic in saying what they actually do.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Yeah, so these are all signs for our viewers watching this video, okay, to be careful of and to watch out for. Okay, you may be going on that interview process, and that's fine, but it may come to this at the end, and you need to be careful. You don't want to get caught up in some sort of scheme, and that's what this sounded like.
Ultimately, I think it was a very bad pyramid scheme on their end.
Yeah. So I thank you so much for doing this to share your information with everyone. And I will leave some information in the comments or in the description. So this way, if you are a victim of a scam, that you can contact and get yourself protected. Thank you so much for doing this. This is Eileen Ryan from Pounding Pavement 101.